Hello everyone! I am just back from one of the most crazy trip ever. 10 hours flight for only 3 days on site. Crazy, right? But it was a business trip, even so it wasn't in business class, it was at least a business trip and paid for. All the way down south, right there to Argentina, so pretty much straight, no time difference, which made it much easier. But yeah, what intense 3 days. About 20 business meetings, 2 birthday parties, because yeah, I do know quite a few people down there for having spent time in the past, so I also had a very good time, but very packed. And what I'm going to try to do here is show you a bit of what I've seen. I stayed in Buenos Aires, obviously, and I did not do any touristic attraction either. First, because I didn't have the time, and second, because I've done all these 25 years ago, so I know the country well enough to pretty much enjoy it, I would say, when I am there. So I want to share it with you and show. So we are here downtown Buenos Aires in the city center. This is the big Avenida Corrientes in a neighborhood that is called Almagro, which is more of a, I would say, middle-class popular neighborhood. You can see the type of buildings here, between 6 to 10 stories. Some are a bit shorter, maybe just 2 stories, but very often you've got a bit taller buildings. And as you can see, it is very quiet and empty streets. And the reason why is that it was Sunday. Sunday before lunch, and Sunday everything is pretty much closed in Argentina. It is a day to spend at home with your family, have a nice meal, maybe go to church, maybe watch some soccer. But yes, the shops are closed. So it is spring. As you can see here, you got some flowers on the tree, some pretty nice flowers. You got some purple and pink trees that are pretty well known in Buenos Aires, but otherwise not that much greenery. It is a big city, and we are heading out of town. When I say out of town, it is still in the greater Buenos Aires area, but we drove about 30-40 minutes out to go to a friend's place for a birthday party. So she lives in a more residential, private neighborhood, and obviously a lot more wealthy. So it's a different kind of suburbs, barrio. So we're just getting in here. You can see gated community. Pretty nice. They check who's in the car. Obviously they knew my friend, so we just got in. And here are the houses. So it's 1 or 2 story houses, all pretty modern, built within the last 20 years maximum. But look at it. Does it look like Buenos Aires to you? Could be anywhere, right? I mean, you would tell me this is somewhere in Europe, I would believe it. And this is extremely safe. Obviously, private, rich people, kids play on the street, but the same would apply to the previous neighborhood, which was more popular. I would say it's pretty safe for you to walk around at day and even at night. Just watch out for your purse, obviously, like any big city. I mean, I would do the same in Paris. You watch out for your phone, for your purse, but without big fear of being attacked in this kind of neighborhood, even the popular ones. So here is a view from actually my hotel window. This is the port where you see the big boats going from Buenos Aires to Montevideo in Uruguay and crossing the Rio de la Plata. So that was my view, very much in the downtown area of Buenos Aires. And heading to the office Monday morning, about 8:30, you can see the activity here, bustling with the buses. This is the main train station of Retiro. After passing the train station, we head out of town toward the office on one of the main highway, and we cross what is called a villa, which is pretty much a slum. And that slum was not there 25 years ago. It grew over time, started small, and then expanded, and it's pretty much a city within the city. Initially, it didn't have water, electricity. Now they've got everything. Water, power, internet. It's its own little city right there between the highway and the train station, the rails. And then when you go on the other side of the rails, you have some very nice and actually rich neighborhoods with some pretty expensive shopping centers. So it's a big contrast between the very poor right there in these slums, and some extremely rich people that have penthouse apartments on top of high-rise buildings on the other side of the stations and the rails. Yeah, in terms of safety, as I said, Buenos Aires is, in my opinion, relatively safe. I would compare it to a European city. That does not apply, obviously, to these slums. I have never been. There's no point in going. And safety is probably not the best. But here is the office building, pretty modern, nice, new construction in a very nice suburb. And now, Buenos Aires by night. And one of the things Buenos Aires is very famous for is its nightlife. Whether you want to go dancing, you want to go to the theater, enjoy a meal in a restaurant, there's really for everybody, all tastes, and a lot going on at night. That city lives as much by night that it does during the day. So here we are driving on the Avenida Corrientes, which is the main avenue for the theater. This is the theater district. You can see a bit on the right and on the left. But as you can also see, it is pretty quiet and empty because it was Monday night, and Monday night is the night where everything is pretty much closed on that street. It's a night off for the theaters after a pretty busy weekend. So the same street on Sunday or on Saturday night, it's like bumper to bumper, a lot of people walking on the streets, it's bursting with life. Here it's actually a pretty nice contrast. It was pretty quiet, which was not bad for the driving here. We wanted to go to get ice cream, a pretty famous place that's right there on that street. So we managed to get there very quickly and found a spot very quickly, which would not have been the case otherwise. And while we continue here, what you can see in the background, the big white column is the obelisk, El Obelisco, which is really the main image everybody has of Buenos Aires, where you have people marching, they march there. It is the main avenue and really the symbol of the city. So we actually stopped here and went to get that ice cream. Even so, the whole area was pretty much dead and closed. Ice cream was open and there was a line to get in. It's that good. So you can see here, it's one of the 10 best ice cream in the world, apparently, according to the National Geographic. So it's based on certain criteria, of course, how it tastes, but also how it's made. It's supposed to be made of very good natural ingredients. It was good. It was really good, but very rich. I got a double because I wanted to try at least 2 flavors and I could not finish. It was just too much. I tried the dark chocolate, which was delicious. I like chocolate and that was really, really dark and chocolatey. And I tried the dulce de leche, which is the flavor to get when you're in Argentina. It was extremely good as well, but yes, very rich and very sweet. So overall, a good experience, but next time I will take a small portion.
¿Otra vez? ¿Otra vez?
Este es 1 kilo, ¿no?
1 kilo.
Bueno, wow. Wow. And after the theater district, we continued to the restaurant area, the very trendy and chic Puerto Madero, which was also pretty quiet on a Monday night because it was Monday. But even so, Monday, the restaurants were still open and you had people out for dinner. But yeah, it gives you an idea here as well of a newer, I would say, neighborhood in Buenos Aires. They keep building over there. They only had one row of restaurants and they had a second, now they've got a third. They're building apartments. Some are short towers, others are high-rising buildings. So it's a very upcoming, trendy and expensive area over there, right there by the river. And now after Buenos Aires by day, by night, different neighborhood, let's go to the parties, because this is something Argentinians are very good at, is going out, being with friends, having a good time, and parties are definitely part of the life when you are in Buenos Aires. So this was my first birthday party. This one was by day in one of these private neighborhoods.
Así que me encanta que todos se conozcan y sepan quiénes son la famosa tal o cual que viene. Así que me estresa un poco. Pero tanta ayuda recibí de todas. Tanto canje, gracias a Dios. Gracias, señor. La pizza, la verdad. Gracias, señor.
What Argentina is really famous for is the beef, the meat, and this is the parrilla where they actually cook the meat. So I had a wonderful steak while I was there. In 3 days, I only had it once, but I enjoyed it a lot. Otherwise, yes, for the parties, the most common food is pizza. It's easy to share, or we also had empanadas. Delicious ones, whether it's filled up with cheese, with beef, with chicken, variety of empanadas. And now my second birthday party. And that was it. End of my 3-day trip. It just flew by so fast. So time to get on that United flight back to the US. And I hope to be back there very, very, very soon. Because what matters the most, more than the destination, is the people. And I have some very dear friends down there.